Do you ever feel your energy drop for no clear reason? Maybe you notice your hands or feet getting cold more often, or you felt your circulation slipping during those private, intimate moments. And perhaps you've been told, or you've told yourself, that this is just what happens when you get older. I can tell you as a men's health expert that is simply not true. What you are experiencing is not just aging. In fact, in many men I see, it's linked to something far more surprising: the way you're combining certain vitamins every morning. My name is Dr. Sophia Carter, and I've spent years helping men understand the hidden factors that can quietly sabotage their health. I know how discouraging it feels when your body doesn't perform the way it used to, but I also want you to know this: you are not powerless. The good news is that once you understand which vitamin combinations are harming your circulation, you can stop this pattern and give your blood flow a chance to recover. And when your blood flow returns, so does your energy, your confidence, and your vitality. Your circulation is one of the most important foundations of your health, and yet it's something most men never think about until problems begin. Blood flow depends on two simple but powerful things. First, that your arteries stay relaxed and flexible, and second, that your body makes enough nitric oxide, which is the tiny signaling molecule that tells your vessels to open up and allow blood to move freely. When everything is working the way it should, your vessels are like open highways with smooth traffic, delivering oxygen and nutrients to every part of your body. But when you combine the wrong vitamins, the chemistry inside those vessels starts to change. Some combinations cancel each other out, others block nitric oxide production. Still others spark hidden inflammation that stiffens the vessel walls. And when that happens, circulation slows down, pressure builds up. You start noticing the fatigue, the cold hands and feet, and the drop in performance. Think of your blood vessels not as rigid pipes of steel, but as flexible garden hoses. When water runs through a hose, the flow depends on the hose staying open and supple. If the hose becomes stiff, kinked, or squeezed, the water can barely get through. That's exactly what's happening inside your arteries when the chemistry is wrong. I know it can be frustrating when you feel like you're doing something good. For yourself, taking vitamins in, it's actually working against you. But here's the truth. Once you understand this delicate balance, you can make small adjustments that restore proper flow and protect your energy. You are not stuck with declining circulation. You just need to stop unknowingly squeezing that garden hose from the inside. One of the most common mistakes I see in men over 30 is taking high doses of vitamin C alongside iron, often because you've been told it will boost your energy. I completely understand why you'd reach for that combination. You want to feel less tired, you want your immune system strong, and you want to support your body. But here's the hidden problem. Vitamin C dramatically increases how much iron your body absorbs, and if you're not truly deficient, that extra iron doesn't just sit quietly. It builds up in your system, and when there's too much iron, it oxidizes. Think of it like leaving a bike out in the rain. Over time, the metal rusts and hardens, and what was once smooth and flexible becomes stiff and corroded. Inside your body, excess iron does the same thing to your blood vessels, making them harder, less elastic, and far less capable of carrying healthy circulation. The truth is, most men over 30 don't need added iron in their multivitamins unless a doctor has specifically told them they're deficient. In fact, carrying too much iron is far more common in men your age than not having enough. And while vitamin C itself is helpful in moderate doses, megadoses taken with iron can turn a good habit into something that quietly sabotages your circulation. I know it can feel frustrating to realize that what you thought was helping might actually be harming you. But the good news is that this is one of the easiest problems to fix. All you need to do is check your supplement labels. If your multivitamin contains iron and you're not deficient, switch to an iron-free version. And keep your vitamin C intake steady but moderate enough to support your health without tipping. The balance. By making that small adjustment, you're protecting your arteries from that slow rusting process and giving your blood flow the chance to stay strong and steady. Another very common supplement habit I see in men over 30 is taking calcium with vitamin D3 for bone health. And on the surface, it makes sense. You've probably heard for years that calcium builds strong bones, and vitamin D helps your body absorb it. But here's the hidden problem. When calcium isn't balanced with another key nutrient, vitamin K2, it doesn't always go into your bones where you want it. Instead, it can get deposited in your blood vessels, a process called calcification. Over time, those deposits harden your arteries, reducing flexibility and making it harder for blood to move freely. Think of it this way: instead of strengthening your frame, it's like pouring cement into your blood vessels. The very thing you thought was helping your body is now quietly locking up your circulation. And I know that can feel frustrating, especially if you've been diligent about taking supplements because you truly want to protect your long-term health. The truth is, you're not alone. This is one of the most common mistakes men make, because it's rarely talked about. So the good news is that the solution is simple and completely within your control. Vitamin K2 acts like a traffic director for calcium, guiding it into your bones and teeth and keeping it out of your arteries where it can do damage. That's why pairing D3 with K2 makes such a difference. On top of that, you don't actually need massive amounts of calcium supplements. In fact, most men can get enough through food sources like leafy greens, dairy, and fish, which are safer and better balanced for your body. By shifting your approach from more is better to balanced is best, you're protecting both your bones and your blood flow at the same time. And when your arteries stay clear and flexible, you keep that vital circulation strong. It supports every part of your health, from your energy to your heart to your performance. Another supplement I often see men relying on is vitamin E, usually because you've been told it supports heart health. And while vitamin E in small amounts from food is absolutely beneficial, the problem starts when it's taken in high doses as a supplement, especially if you're already on medications, like aspirin or prescription blood thinners. What happens inside your body is that too much vitamin E makes your blood excessively thin. And while that might sound like a good thing at first, after all, thinner blood moves more icily. There's a tipping point where it actually backfires. When your blood is too thin, it loses its ability to carry oxygen efficiently, and you also increase your risk of dangerous bleeding. The best way I can explain it is with this picture. Imagine your blood is like a stream. Normally, it carries nutrients and oxygen the way a steady stream carries leaves and sticks downstream. But if that water gets too diluted, it loses its force. It becomes weak, like water that's too thin to push anything forward. That's what happens in your circulation when high dose of vitamin E pushes things to fur. It's like turning your blood into water, and your tissues no longer get the oxygen delivery they need. I know this can feel confusing because you may have started taking vitamin E with the pure intention of protecting your heart, but the truth is that too much can do the opposite. Here's the good news. You don't need high-dose supplements to get the antioxidant benefits of vitamin E. Nature has already packaged it perfectly for you in foods like nuts, seeds, and berries. These not only give you vitamin E in the right balance, but also come with other protective compounds that your body knows exactly how to use. If you're already on medication for your heart or circulation, the safest step is to avoid extra vitamin E supplements unless your doctor specifically advises them. By choosing food-based sources instead, you're protecting your blood flow, supporting your heart, and giving your body what it truly needs without the risks of tipping the balance too far. So let's bring this all together. You now know that one of the most damaging mistakes men make is stacking iron with high-dose vitamin C, thinking it will boost energy, when in reality, it can overload your system and rust your arteries from the inside. You've also learned that taking calcium with vitamin D3 without balancing it with vitamin K2 can harden your vessels. It's almost like pouring cement into your circulation instead of strengthening your bones. And finally, you've seen how high-dose vitamin E, especially when combined with blood-thinning medications, can thin your blood to the point that it weakens oxygen delivery instead of supporting your heart. These are not small issues. They are choices that quietly chip away at your circulation, your energy, and your performance, often without you realizing it, until the symptoms start piling up. But here's the part I want you to hold on to. You are not powerless. Circulation is life. It fuels your brain, your muscles, your heart, and even your confidence. Don't let the wrong supplement combo steal that from you. Once you stop these, Habits, your body has an incredible ability to bounce back. Your arteries can stay flexible, your blood can flow freely, and the energy you thought was lost to aging can return. I know it can feel discouraging to realize that something you thought was helping may actually have been holding you back, but the truth is, awareness is the first step toward healing. Now you have that awareness, and you have a clear path forward. If you found this helpful, share it with a friend who might also be unknowingly sabotaging his health. Sometimes one small piece of information can change the course of someone's well-being. And if you haven't already, subscribe, because we are building a smarter, evidence-based approach to men's health, an approach that keeps you strong, energized, and in control well beyond your 30s. Thanks for watching. May you live long